When I first got to the mission field, it was so long ago, it's like all a blur because it just went by so fast. But I just remember we went to the transfer meeting that you go and sleep over at the mission president's house and have the devotional, wake up and have breakfast, and then that night, that after you have dinner, he has interviews with you and tells you where you're going and who your trainer is and what to expect. And when he told me, I was like, wait, I'm going to Memphis? And I just was kind of surprised. I didn't really know that it happened very often. I was like, okay, cool. So they have the first transfer meeting in Arkansas, and then we just watched everyone get their trainers, and then you go to another transfer meeting in Memphis. And I rode to that transfer meeting with my mission president, and I kept asking him over and over again what my area's name was because I couldn't remember it. But then I ended up being there for 7 months, so I definitely remember it now. So the Arkansas Little Rock Mission consists of 4 different states, but barely any of Missouri. Like on the mission map, it says Missouri, but it's like only one branch touches into it. So it's mostly majority of Arkansas, Tennessee, and even down into Mississippi. There are 5 stakes altogether. When I was there, they formed another stake. So now there are 5, and each of the zones are the stakes, and so it's easy to remember each of them. There's 2 in Memphis and 3 in Arkansas, probably around 180 missionaries. When I'd first got into the mission field, or when I got my call, there were 8 sisters, and then when I got there, that's when like a ton of sisters started coming, and throughout that summer was the wave. And a year later, after I'd gotten my call, there were 80 sisters in the mission. And so for it to go from 8 to 80 was a huge deal, and lots of areas opening and a lot of wards. I never had sisters, now having sisters, and sisters having to train right after training, and it was crazy. There are Spanish and ASL, as well as English, and I think there's only 3 Spanish branches in my mission, and there's no American Sign Language branch, but there are I think 2 areas that have a lot of American Sign Language investigators and a higher population of people that are ASL. 2 of my favorite things that I just miss the most about the culture, about the nature side of Arkansas and Tennessee, is how green it was. It really was just so green. Down the I-40, the main interstate, is just both sides is just covered with trees, and it's just so pretty and so green. And then my favorite thing about the summer was the sunsets, because there are no mountains, and it's just this pretty clear, goes on forever, the sunset skies. It's so gorgeous, and it's different with your sense of direction because there are no mountains, where that was new to me. I didn't even think about that because I've just grown up surrounding by the mountains, so that was different, not having mountains and all the green trees. I mean, it's like that here, but times it by 10. It's so pretty. Everyone has a GPS that they would take with them, and I didn't even think about that. A sister that was leaving after my first transfer gave me hers, and I used that every now and then. But it took me about 1 to 2 weeks to learn the area, and then after that I didn't even use the GPS. So it just was, sense of direction just came easy to me. I don't know, it's just another gifts of the spirit, or whatever you want to call it. But I was really blessed in that way, where I could learn the area pretty quickly.